Good morning. My name is Regina Miller, and I'm here with session 5 of Why Did Five Men Marry Me? Sometimes I ask myself the question, why did five men marry me? But then I know why. Because I'm that girl. I was that girl. I was that woman. I was the person that someone wanted to marry. I had my stuff together. I had my ducks in a row, and I knew how to love a man. When I meet a man and they meet me, I give them what I want. So, you know how they say treat people how you want to be treated? Well, I start that from the beginning. I treat people how I want to be treated, and they love it. There's no nagging, there's no pushing, there's no aggravation. It's just treating a man like a king, and they love that. Now, I'm not saying I didn't get treated like a queen. Sometimes I didn't, and sometimes I did. But here's the catch: what do you want from your man? What do you feel that you should give your man? And I'm speaking for the women. Having my morning tea. I'm speaking for the women who want to be married. I'm not speaking to the women that I don't want no man, I don't need no man. Never say that, because we were created to be with a man, woman. Those of you who don't have one but you desire one, we were created to be with man. Life was created, Adam and Eve, to be with man and woman. No matter how it's perceived today, and we don't judge that, but that's just the way it is. So are you a woman that a man wants to marry? Are you a man that a woman would say, I do too? That's the question we have to ask ourselves, because we are supposed to multiply. The world can't survive without people. And how is it going to multiply without man and woman coming together? You see how that works? So I'm just here, a woman who five men marry. Now, I say in all of my series so far, y'all probably say, well, you got nerve because you ain't got one husband. Well, I don't have a husband today because after five men married me, it's because I did not choose to settle. In those relationships, I realized that there was something that wasn't there. There was something that was lacking. There was something that my husband's could not provide for me. I'm an alpha female. And there's also the number one thing that I realized wasn't there, and that was God. God was nowhere in near one of those marriages. And that's why it did not last. Only what you do for Christ will last. Ladies, if you want your marriages to last, you must have the Lord in both of your lives. Both of you are to have a strong relationship with God. Because when the goings get tough and the tough gets going, you need to be able to talk to the Father Himself. You need to be able to, like the marriage vow says, everything the marriage vow says was created by the word of God. And God honors the marriage. So He would honor you and your husband and make it last for you too. People who have been married for centuries and centuries, 50 and 25 years and 75 years, they know the Lord. Somebody was praying in that marriage, okay? And everybody was accepting of the prayer. See, that's the thing. You might have a praying wife or you might have a praying husband, but both of you all are accepting of God. You can't have one in and one out. That's not how that works. So that is why I am single today. you know, trusting God for my life at this point. Love is still love, and love is great. And I want you young people to know that there is nothing too impossible for God to do in your life, whether it's marriage or whatever it is that you're seeking. But what I would like for you to seek is yourself. Seek yourself first before you go into a marriage. Know who you are, know what you want. If you're a woman who don't have children, that's 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 great, because most men, they want a newfound family. The women who have children, have your children in order. Have your children ready, just like you, to accept someone to protect them and be that for them in your husband. Have your children just as you are preparing yourself for Boaz, or a man, a real man, a real man. Have your children ready for their real father, the real man that's going to not just love you, but love them also. That is very important. I had children before four of my husbands, and my children were so well mannered and respectable that they were over heels to marry me, because they were like, this woman takes care of her children. Her children are very mannerable. Like, my children wasn't in adult conversations. My children stayed in a children's place. Most of the time, people didn't even know that I had children, because my children were so secured and well behaved and placed. It was times when my children would be in the back of my salon in my office, and people would not even know it, because I had my salon set up where in the back there was a TV, and a lounge chair, things where after school my children could be comfortable, and they knew not to come out unless I told them to come out. And so it was just order in my life. And I'm just saying, you have to have order to receive a man of God. Now, is it going to be easy? No, but it'll be worth it. And so, I'm just sharing my stories because I want you all watching to have a better situation than I did. Having five husbands was a very, uh, I would say, a blessing and a curse, because that means I went through a lot. I went through five men personalities. I went through five men, you know, having sex with me. I'll tell you the rest to piggyback on that tomorrow. Thank you for watching my series, Why Did Five Men Marry Me? My name is Regina Miller.